Hi friends, welcome to my channel Chic and Savvy, where we talk about all things relating to planning and budgeting. My name is Carissa and today we will be budgeting my paycheck for week 2 of October. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's actually first review my collage goal for the year, because I haven't been doing that and I feel like I should, because I really love this collage. So we have just a bunch of different things on here. So we have like some house inspo. I really like, if you can't tell from like the different inspirations on here, I really like a Spanish Mediterranean organic look. And so that's like my dream home. So I have like that inspiration here, but we are manifesting that we are going to buy a house by the end of the year. So that is kind of what that entails. And then we have baby fever. So we still are on our family planning plan right now. We have having a good time, traveling, which that is not really like a priority for us. It's more like on the back burner. And then we have money, obviously, prayer, reading, planning, just living carefree, exercising, eating healthy, good food, and fun times with friends. And so that's really what me and my husband strive to do, is to just have a well-balanced overall life. And that's kind of how we approach everything. And I think that we have been succeeding at that so far. But those are the goals that we have for this year. So let's go ahead and flip to October. So for this month, we want to pay down our travel credit card, save for our car registration that's due at the end of the month, and put any extra savings towards the purchase of our home. So the first goal is paying down our travel credit card. We're gonna do this by saving any extra money that we have towards the card and then making extra debt payments. We want to try to make as many payments or put as much money as we can before October 12th, because that is what it's going to reflect on our credit score. So we're trying to make as many payments as we can and put as much money down, so that way our credit score is positively impacted. Second goal is to save and pay our car registration. That is due on the 31st and it's $260. I don't see this being a problem for us, but I did want to put it on here because it is something that we have to do, and it's a little bit of a bigger a bigger amount to save for. And lastly, put any extra money that we have towards the purchase of our home. So this is any money in our wallet, any money from our monthly savings challenge. We want to try to throw that at the house. So let's go ahead and first get our sheets for our budget. And we're gonna need our paycheck planner sheet. And I guess I didn't need to do that. Our cash envelope breakdown sheet. Perfect. And so we are going to be budgeting, I don't know if you guys can see this. We are going to be budgeting for our second paycheck of October. So our first paycheck was in this green color, and then our second paycheck is going to be in this orange color. So if you don't know how my bill calendar works, we create a calendar, we put all of our bills on it and then all of our pay dates on it, and then we highlight our paydays in a specific color, and then whatever color that payday is in, we highlight the bills that we are going to pay with that payday in the same color so it's easy to see. So for paycheck 1, it was in this green color. So any bills that you see in green, we paid those bills using this paycheck. So this paycheck is in orange. So any bill in orange, we are going to pay using this paycheck. So we determine all of this at the beginning of the month to make it easier for ourselves when we are budgeting each week. So me and my husband get paid bi-weekly, but we're on opposite schedules. So we get a paycheck every week, and that is how we budget our money. We are also using the zero-based budget system and the cash envelope system. With the zero-based budget, We allocate every single dollar into a category, so at the end of our budget, we should have $0 left over. And we don't use the cash envelope system for our bills. I just pay those automatically out of our account, but we do use the cash envelope system for our wallet, the spending money for the week, and for our sinking funds and savings challenges. So we're gonna go ahead and budget our paycheck. So this paycheck is for October 2nd. And it is my income. And we are gonna budget $13.75 out of that. So for this sheet, I do make these sheets myself. This sheet right here is from the LittleBirdieCanada. I get it from her Etsy shop. I just love coloring these in, picking a theme, and it just makes me happy to have this set in my finance planner because I love the colors and I like having the calendar visually for me to see all my bills. But these sheets right here, I do make myself on Canva. I just take inspiration from templates that are already on Canva. I tweak them. I just manipulate things that I like and that'll fit my budget journey and my finance planner. But you can find similar sheets to this a lot of different places, or you can just do it on a piece of paper or in Excel. I actually keep an Excel sheet also that I do with this because I'm just neurotic that way. I like to have two visualizations, one that will stick here and I can write on paper, and one I can just see on my phone really quick if I need to pull it up for anything. But I like to have both. That's just what works for me and my husband's lifestyle. But however you decide to do yours, it could honestly be in like a college ruled notebook or whatever. And that could be how you budget. It really can be that simple. So however works for you, the goal is to just take control of your money and start budgeting. That's where you want to start. So the first box is for any income that you have for the week or every 2 weeks or whatever you're budgeting for. So we have our income here. The next section is for fixed expenses. So fixed expenses are any bills that you have to pay that are a set amount and have a set due date. So that is all of our bills over here. These are all fixed expenses. So your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, your phone bill, your electric bill, water bill, gas bill. What else could be a bill that you have? Any credit cards, any debt, any subscriptions, those would all be fixed expenses. Now, I do keep my debt in a separate section. That's just because I like to track it separately, but this would be a fixed expense. So let's go ahead and write out all the fixed expenses that we are paying for this payday. So in orange, we have our PlayStation Plus subscription. And then we have Canva Pro. We have a debt, so we're going to leave that off for a second. Another debt, and then we have Cox Wi-Fi. So those are the 3 bills that are not debt that we are paying for this week. So PlayStation Plus is $20. Canva Pro is $15, and our Wi-Fi is $80. So altogether, that is $115. Now let's go ahead and switch over to our debt. So for debt, we have Unisa up here. We have PenFed. We have Credit One. And then we have my husband's student loan. So for Unisa, this is $195. PenFed is $100. Credit one is $8.25. And then his student loan is $53. Now our credit one credit card is paid off, but we have an annual fee that they break out monthly, and that's what we are paying for. Now some of you might think that's dumb because we're just paying for a fee, but this credit card is completely paid off, and for us it's kind of like an emergency credit card if we really need it for anything, if something happens, because we do have an emergency fund, but it's obviously not a lot of money. So if something really did happen, we would have this credit card to hold us over in case of an emergency. So let's go ahead and add these up. So this is $195, $100, 8.25, and 53. That is $356.25. So that is how much debt we are paying this payday. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put this away because we don't need it right now. And the next category is our variable expenses. Now, variable expenses are expenses that you still have, but they can vary in amount, and there's something that you can control. So this is your grocery budget, your spending money, your fun money, gas, like self-care, items in your wallet like household, donations, anything like that. That is a variable expense. So for us, because we are currently living with my parents, our variable expenses look a little bit differently. So we actually give my parents money, and that is $250. We give our mom's money, that is $50. Then we have my husband's spending, that is $30. We have my spending, that's $30. We have gas, that's $50. We have eating out, that's $30. We have fun money, that's $30. We have donations, that's $5. And then we have my husband's lunches, that is $30. So let's go ahead and add these numbers up. So we have 250, 50, 30, 30, 50, 30, 30, 5, 30. So 505. Perfect. So now that we have filled out every single category, we can then determine how much money we have left over to put towards savings and sinking funds. So we are going to take our income. We're going to subtract our fixed expenses, our variable expenses, and debt. What happened? Oh my god, guys, my number is off because I forgot to add in. So I think I mentioned this when we were doing our monthly reset. My brother was added to my phone plan with my husband, and because of that, he is going to give us $50 a month, and so I didn't add that in. So we are going to add in phone, and that is $50. So this actually is $375 plus 50, and that is $1425. Okay, now we can subtract this. There we go. 448. Is this pen already out? Okay, we have a leftover of 448.75. So that is how much money we have left over. It's $448 So that's actually a little bit more than what we usually have. So that's good because we have more to work with. So let's go ahead and decide how we are going to split out this money. So I'm going to go ahead and write all of the categories that we are going to put this money towards, and then we're going to divvy it out. We have all of our categories listed here. I was having some pen issues, so I opened up a new pack and got a different pen. I don't have any idea what's going on with my pen, but whatever. So these are our categories. Let's go ahead and grab our Saveopoly so that way we know how much we are going to save for that. All right, here it is. So let's go ahead and determine what we're gonna save. So last week we were at 16 and it's the pink property. So let's go ahead and see what we're gonna roll for this week. We have 7. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So only $3. All right, so we landed on the 3 and it's the red property. So that is how much we're going to be saving for this week. I get this from the LittleBirdieCanada. It is a year-long challenge and I absolutely love it. It's super fun. That is $3 for Saveopoly. And it's $4.80. We're just going to do $4.80. We're going to just forget about the 75 cents. So we're going to do -3. So we have $4.45 left over. Let's do $5 in our checking cushion, which is what we usually do. And then savings challenge is going to get $10. Our monthly challenge, let's do 15 for this week. And then subscriptions, I want to do 15. And then haircuts, I want to do 15. Okay, I think that's it. And then future family, let's do 5. Buffer, let's do 5. Dental, we'll do 5. Home, we'll do 5. Gifts, let's do 10. Travel and Christmas, we'll do 5. And then me and Tony will do 5 each. So $335. Okay, yes. So I want to put all of that money into extra debt. So we are going to put $335 into that. Perfect. So we are all good to go. So this equals $448, and that is how much we are going to put into each category. Awesome. So it's hitting all of our priorities. I wanted to still put money in a lot of different envelopes, but I wanted to put the bulk of what we were saving towards extra debt, and that is what we are doing. So if you have this much money left over, you can decide what you want to do with it. If you want to just throw all of this into a savings account, perfect. If you want to use this to just simply pay off extra debt, perfect. If you want to split this up like I do into different stuff, awesome. If you need to make a big purchase or you need to buy new tires, I don't know, you got this money left over, perfect, put it towards that. But however you are doing it, when you have money left over, that is when you have control as to how you are saving that money. Now, when this number is 0 or in the negative, that's when you want to reevaluate your budget to see, okay, I have some savings goals. How can I increase my leftover money? Do I need to pay off my debt? Do I need to spend less? Do I need to eliminate some bills or subscriptions? That is where you can then determine what you need to do to increase this leftover money, so that way you can start saving money, or you can start saving for some different categories that you want to do. So now that we have everything budgeted out, we can now use our cash envelope breakdown sheet to figure out what denominations we need to get from the bank. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the category section, and then we'll do the breakdown together. So I have everything written down here. Let's get this kind of straightened out. So we have all of the categories, and this includes what we are putting into our sinking funds and what we are putting into our wallet, because we are getting all of that in cash. So let's go ahead and add this up. So we were at $448, but we are not including our checking cushion because that stays in our account. So we're gonna subtract $5, and then we're gonna add all of our wallet categories. So plus 10, 30, 30, and 5. So that is $518. So let's go ahead and do this breakout. Hopefully I still have light because the sun is going down and it feels like it's dim in here. So for my spending, I give myself $30, but I put 10 of it in my wallet. So we're gonna do a $10 bill. Eating out is 30, so we're gonna do a 20 and a 10. Fun times is 30, we're gonna do a 20 and a 10. Donations is 5. Extra debt is $335, so we're gonna do 3 $100 bills, a 20, a 10, and a 5. Future family is 5. Savings is a 10. Saveopoly is $3. Monthly is 15, so we're gonna do 3 5s. Buffer is 5. Subscriptions is 15, so we'll do a 10 and a 5. Dental is 5. Home is 5. Gifts is 10. Travel is 5. Christmas is 5. Me is 5. Tony is 5. And then haircuts is a 10 and a 5. So now we can determine how much of each denomination we need. So ones we need 3. 5s we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 10s we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20s we need 3. 50s none, and 100s we need 3. So for ones, that'll be $3. 15s will be 75. 10s we need 80. 20s we need 60. 50s, 300, 100s. So let's go ahead and add these up. For quantity, how many bills we need is 32. And then our value should equal our total. And it does. So 518 is what we are going to be getting taken out of the bank. So now we can fill in, oh my gosh, we can fill in our little bill tracker, but I don't think I erased it from last week. So I'm just gonna put it on a sticky note, and then I'll fill that in off camera because I don't want to waste time trying to clean it, because I have to use sanitizer to take off the Sharpie. So we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. So we have 3 1s, 15 5s, 8 10s, 3 20s, 3 100s. And that is $3, 75, 80, 60, 300, and that is 518. Oops. Perfect. So that is what we are going to take to the bank. So we have that all ready to go. So we are all ready to do our cash envelope stuffing, guys, and I love just being organized and ready to move in to the second part for this week. But thank you all for being by my side throughout this journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.